Good morning, Sheddies.
Yo, 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 yo.
What's going on, everybody? How's everyone doing today? Who's in here? Morning, Lady J and Tanya and Heather Marie, Rebecca, Laura Lee. Glad you guys are joining us today. I appreciate it.
Morning, Trish, Rebecca, Rain, Sharon, Heather, Lori.
I'm going to
What's up, Christy?
resize this just a hair. That's a little bit better. How you doing this morning?
I'm good.
How's the Call of Duty been treating you? Getting back into the swing of it?
No, that's it.
I
hate it.
Do you? It's like a love-hate relationship.
Yeah, I just gotta keep grinding at it.
What's up, Adam and Amanda? And what's up, Christy? How are you? Good to see everyone today. I think everyone's getting used to us going on a little late. We appreciate it. So Cheryl wasn't feeling. She had a lot of stuff to do. It's not that she wasn't feeling good, but poor little Oscar. She's going through a lot with Oscar right now, and making sure that he is well taken care of and healthy and all that good stuff. What's up, Kathy? And so she couldn't make it on today, and that's okay. We have Jodi Chapin coming on in a little bit with Green Nurse on the Grow. And we're hoping that she's joined by master grower Nate Andrade from Between the Rows.
Nate Diggity.
Nate Diggity Dog. So we're super excited about that. Today's tie is offending, in case I forget to mention it. Thanks, Lady J. It's going to be changing. I know it's kind of weird, right, with Kushroom blossoming a marble statue.
Hey, did you get the upgrade on Call of Duty? What upgrade are you talking about?
Trish. Good morning, Trish. Trish, what's that all about? Eric's interested. We appreciate you guys coming to hang out with us this morning, and we hope that you can click like on the show and maybe share it if you feel like it. That'd be cool too. And Trish, Eric's going to start to do streaming. Morning, Derek, DQ. Not in the comments yet. We appreciate you joining. Johnny Two Socks. Johnny Two Socks is in the building.
What's up, y'all?
So today we have Jodi Chapin coming on with Green Nurse on the Grow. So we're super excited about that. It's always fun to have Jodi on. And we're in the new spot. No more river scene. Laura Lee, I was in the Zoom comments. You guys look like you were having fun. You guys should, in case any of you who are watching, you should definitely check out Tanya's Zoom room. She goes on really 4 times a week, I think. And Christy, we appreciate that you're listening in the car. It's cool. We have people listening in the car sometimes. Like Rebecca does that too. A lot of times Rebecca gets out of work or wherever she was, and she listens to it in the car. It's pretty cool. And we have a couple of people that watch it on the big screen TV too, which is awesome. We always if you have pictures of that, send it to us. We always like that. Yeah, Eric's beard's looking really good. The weather has turned.
So what? I ain't been doing nothing to it. About to cut it. About the goodies.
One thing I need to sort of figure out is that like we tend to look there, but like the camera's there. It's kind of weird. So it's always like we're looking down. I need to figure that out. So I'm excited that your birthday's coming up.
For a while.
Yeah, but it comes quickly. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's July 21st. And we haven't announced the venue yet, but we do have a venue. And it does have a performance space. Good morning, Rick. Rick Naya.
So
Yeah, so Lady J, we're throwing a birthday party. So here's an interesting problem right now. And I think it might not be a problem by the time we get to his birthday, is that the venue, even though it can probably hold like 200, 250 people, they're saying they would like it to be limited to 50. Now, this was a couple of weeks ago that I had this conversation with them. So they might change their mind as we get closer. And I hope they do. And so yeah, so we're starting to plan it out, and we want to get food there, and we want to get, I don't know, maybe a DJ or somebody performing. I was starting to talk to somebody. I don't know if you want anyone to come and perform at your birthday. And that would be kind of cool. And if for some reason we can't get all, like, everyone, even if it's like 200 people that we can invite, it's still going to be tough to get everyone there that we like to hang out with. But yeah, so we're starting to figure that out. I like how Derek tags his friends to come in and watch. I appreciate that, DQ. That's cool of you. Let me check the Zoom room. Speaking of Tanya and Zoom rooms. So by the way, y'all should be watching Tanya. She's like 3 times a week. And really 4, because she's got a ladies' night too on Sundays. But it's always usually like the ladies' Zoom room, mostly. They get like 1 or 2 guys in there. And they talk about cool stuff, and everyone loves them, and they get a ton of views, and you should watch too. Because Tanya's awesome. What's up, JT? Good to see you here.
Yo, what's up, JT?
Yeah, Johnny Two Socks. We're totally gonna stream. The party for the people that can't make it. So, but I want to figure it out too, because I don't want Eric to have to be like on camera talking at his birthday party. It's one thing for you to be like, "Hey, what's up, everybody?" But like, the rest of it shouldn't be that. You should be having fun. So maybe we'll actually get some people to help us out and come in and actually do like the commentating and stuff. That'd be cool, huh? Some special guests. Yeah, shout out to Tanya. I think she's watching. We love Tanya. So yeah, we're totally psyched. Jodi's going to be coming on in a little bit, and hopefully, so Nate and Avril own a farm, an amazing farm, and Lady J, I'd love that. So definitely follow up with me. Nate and Avril own a farm called Healthy Futures Farms out in Westport, Massachusetts. And so harvest time is coming, and today I believe is the first harvest. And so they're totally slammed, I'm sure, today, because they have people showing up to start picking up their CSA shares. And so it's always possible that Nate and Avril might be a little too busy to come on today, and we'll figure that out. And if not, we're gonna have fun with Jodi. We already talked. But hopefully they're available and they can come on. And I know was talking with Jodi just before the show, so she's getting ready. And yeah, Rick, that would so Rick Nye is suggesting that maybe we roast you a little bit. You know, like the roasts on Comedy Central?
Why would they roast me?
Because it's supposed to be like in fun.
No, I don't like people talking about me. I mean, you can talk about me, go ahead, but just know everything you say will be logged down and written. So next time y'all, oh, Eric, can you do it? Remember that joke you told?
Hey, Jack, thanks for sharing the stream. And by the way, Mark F., who's up in Uncle
My birthday
Pete's.
not till July 21st, man. Don't listen to them. They just talking about something that's forever later. My birthday is not till July 21st, guys. It's June 10th.
Yeah, but we got to start talking about it now.
Even
no,
close.
because this could be sort of like, even if it's low key, even if it's smaller, this could kind of be like one of the first cannabis friendly events going on. It's a little bit of a big deal.
There ain't gonna be a lot of people there because.
Except we'll be streaming it and everyone can watch. Who can't be there? Not everyone's gonna be able to be there. We're gonna do our best though.
Of course, a lot of people can't be there. You gotta pass the qualifications. It's a lot of qualifications you gotta pass.
So Mark F., I'm not sure Mark's last name, but Mark's up in Maine. Mm-hmm. And he said happy birthday, and he said love you up here in Uncle Pete's neighborhood. And then he said maybe Uncle Pete wants to throw a little party. I don't know, Mark, we should be careful about putting Uncle Pete in a weird spot, but no, we love Uncle Pete and we would love...
Lady J, how I got more jokes? Who I joke about? Please enlighten me. I would love to know. I ain't joked on nobody in a long time.
So it's Mark Foss, by the way. So. And happy birthday to Heather Marie Brown's oldest daughter. Happy birthday to her. She turns 24. Happy birthday, Adriana.
Happy birthday, Adriana. I'm not singing. Not happening. Unfortunately, today is not a good day for me to sing because I lost in Call of Duty. So.
Oh, is that what it is? I was thinking maybe...
Yeah, I came in fucking second. Stupid game.
But second out of like a whole bunch of people?
Yeah, I just came in second.
But that's still pretty good though, right?
No.
You don't even have the headset. You're working with limitations. You're working with limitations. That's all right.
I hate losing. I'm a sore loser. Ruins my day, which is why I have to be the best at everything I do. Everything I participate in. That's why nobody will beat me in anything, a race, anything. Anything I got a chance to prep for. Cooking, cleaning, eating, anything.
Good morning, Amanda. Amanda says, and Eric sad because he lost in Call of Duty.
Yeah, I'm pissed. Shit sucks. I got second. I was doing good.
Yeah, welcome to the show, Jamie.
I got second twice in 2 days.
Smash like. So for those of you, and for instance,
Twice in 2 days.
Jamie, who's maybe watching for the first time. Jamie, we're psyched because today is a reoccurring segment where we have Jodi Chapin coming on, and she does a legal home grow. And we've been following her for weeks now, watching the plants grow and improve, and as she navigates like little issues and stuff, so it's really cool. Amanda Joseph is asking what your username is. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Amanda.
I only play with people that's good. So if you not good, what she say? Your daughter.
Well, and so by the way, Heather Marie Brown, whose daughter is birthday today. She's 26. Adriana. Heather is saying that she loves video games. She's a game moderator, right? And like, ha ha ha, she might have some tips for you. But it is her birthday
She's trying
today.
to say I suck?
No.
Nah,
She is,
child.
but she is also trying.
I've been playing video games since I was 10. Ain't no tips you can give me. I am the tip.
So at some point later, if you're feeling up to it, Heather would love a little quick happy birthday song to Adriana. I know it's a lot to ask. By the way, Johnny Two Socks, and I'm changing the subject. Johnny Two Socks.
See, this is why I gotta stop doing stuff. Because every time I come up with something, everybody wants something. I sing after the show. I sing for people's birthdays.
So
what else? You guys want me to dance and skip and jump through a fire hula hoop? Is that what y'all want?
that would be super cool.
Absolutely not.
If I got a hula hoop and set it on fire, would you try it for like a quick second?
Nope. I'm not jumping through no fire hula hoop. This ain't
No, not
Jackass.
jump through it. Just like
This isn't Jackass.
spin it.
Look like Jackass. I look like Johnny Knoxville.
That show was hilarious.
I look like Steve-O. Absolutely. I look like Wee Man. No. Do I look like any black guy on there? No. Absolutely not. Yeah, y'all gotta feel my attitude because this game is annoying. I have to get good at it, and I'm pissed because I lost a lot. And when you suck at something, you gotta be mad. You can't be happy about it. You can't just be in there like, oh, I'm cool with losing. Nah.
Amanda Holland says she has a hula hoop in her trunk.
I already hula hooped. I'm nice too.
He is.
I got hips. What you talking about?
That
I
and
ain't
that.
gonna say nothing, but I'm just saying my hips is good. When you got good hips, you know what that means.
I will say, and Amanda Holland probably knows this, right, Amanda? That like hula hooping really works your core out. You don't think it does, and after like a few minutes, it's like,
Yeah, it's all hips.
So yeah, we're really and Mandy, thanks for following the page. If you're still watching, we appreciate it. So yeah, we're super psyched. So Jodi just messaged me.
Believe I lost in this stupid game.
Johnny Two Socks says he plays Far Cry 5 and that it is also a great game.
I don't care about that game. Trying to win, y'all don't understand. Second, my stupid teammates, they suck, they die, they get sent to the gulag, and then they die in the gulag. And then it's just me versus teams of 4. And then I get all the way down to the end, and it's me versus 4 people. You know how hard it is to kill 4 people who are all looking at you?
Can I tell you something?
I can't buy my teammates back because they just leave. They like, yo, he by himself, he not gonna survive. And then damn sure 5 minutes later, guess who in the last circle with 4 people left?
Oh, they're gonna go grab another Mountain Dew or whatever it is up there. But yeah, Eric is totally good at hula hooping.
Yeah, I'm good at Call of Duty too. I got good teammates, good ping, and a good fucking mic. I hate Call of Duty. I'm not playing that shit no more. I'm gonna play something else now.
DQ says he offers post-video game therapy.
Are you a punching bag?
He should start a Zoom room.
That's the only therapy. Unless you a punching bag and you can sit still and take some hits, all haymaker shots. Let me know. 'Cause I got about 2 minutes of haymakers I want to throw. So if you can take 2 minutes of just left, right, uppercut. Was it like the Mike Tyson knockout? Left, right, uppercut, duck, dodge. That's what I'm doing. You stand still and let me do it to you for 2 minutes while I let out this therapy of getting second and being a loser.
Heather Marie Brown says protect and pounce. She's like, you're a Super Bowl champ. Regroup and protect and pounce.
You don't understand Call of Duty.
So Eric's role when he plays is that he goes on attack, which means he needs teammates to kind of help. because Eric is just like going right in to just take people out. And if
you have to attack, you cannot shoot people and stand back. Because when you shoot and stand back, then it give them time to heal and regroup and figure out what their game plan is. Once you see somebody, you run, attack him, kill him, his teammates will come, try to get next to him, you bust on them, and then your teammates should be behind you, so if you get shot, they can shoot back. You shoot at the person shooting at you. But no, I always get the teammates that's loot, 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 loot. We get shot, they go loot, we die. Now we all in the gulag waiting, throwing rocks at each other. Stupid ass game.
So Amanda Holland, a few years.
No, Mike don't play.
No. So what's the? Oh God.
He'd be mad too if he played.
There's a first-person shooter game that I was playing on PS3 because I'm lame and I didn't have a PS4 yet. I just had a PS3, and I love that game. It's a first-person shooter. But the part that drives me nuts is playing against like and I get it. That's what the world is like today with video games. You play against a whole bunch of people. I don't like playing against a whole bunch of people. Because then when I run into the person squatting in the thing and like picking me off when I run by, like I wanna explode. Like that's not, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather just play against the computer. I don't care how hard the computer is. Like I'll just play against the computer. And I don't mind first-person shooter games then. But then everyone wants you to play with them, like online. And my kids, that's why I don't play, is because my kids would be like, come on, play Call of Duty. And then I just, like, 3 seconds in, bang, I'm dead. And then, like, 5 seconds later, bang, I'm dead. And I'm like, can you just let me figure out the buttons first? Can you let me figure out the buttons for a second?
That's life. You got to figure it out on the fly.
It's like when we were playing NBA 2K.
Yeah, it's life.
And I knew like 3 buttons to press out of the 12 buttons that you can press. I had no idea what I was doing.
And nobody tell you nothing. You just got to go out there and do it. That's the same shit online. Mm-hmm. You got to go out there and figure out the shits. And you got to keep playing till you do. And I'm nice, I'm telling you. But my internet, my teammates, everything.
It looks like Trish is a video game player. And Heather Marie Brown, I remember Shinobi.
Eric, put my gamer tag in the comments. Y'all better add me. But look at it. Let me tell y'all. I'm telling you this right now. Before y'all add me, just understand the terms and conditions to add me as a friend in a video game.
Okay.
Number 1, if we play together and you suck and you don't tell me you suck, we can't play no more. You gotta tell me ahead of time so I know who I'm carrying on my back, because I'm not finna go in there and acting like I'm...
Like they know what they're doing.
Exactly, and then I go get smacked and you get smacked too. No, it's not working that way. If you suck, let me know so then you can be the frontline guy and I can be the killer, because...
That seems fair.
Number 2, don't be trying to overlead. This ain't the game of who got the biggest ego. This ain't the game of who got the biggest chicken, who got the biggest cock. It's not the game of that. This is a game of we need to fucking win. Need to get first place. Don't be like, oh, come over here, follow me. Nah. Ain't none of that. You just stay close by, near, so if we both see somebody, that's just how that's understood. Don't go further than 50 meters. And don't be trying to tell me what to do, because then I'm really going to quit. Leave game and you're going to be by yourself figuring it out. That's number 2.
Okay. Is there just 2 rules?
Nah, there's some more when I think of them.
Okay.
Number 3. Don't be talking a lot inside the mic. Don't be just saying random stuff. Don't be talking to the people in the background. Don't be like checking on dinner. Don't be doing none of that. If you in the game, you in the game, homie. You in the game. Don't be like doing that extra stuff, you know. Going to go use the bathroom. Should have used it before the game started. You know, don't be getting no water. Should have drank water at halftime when we lost. You feel me? Don't be eating chips in the mic. Nobody want to hear all that.
Speaking of, where's Mean Melissa?
Nobody want to hear all that. I'm trying to focus on killing.
Somebody tag Mean Melissa. Why isn't she here?
I'm trying to focus on killing. Don't be having your phone going off in the background. Don't be checking text messages talking about I'm checking a message because you ain't moved in 2 minutes while we sitting there. You know. Look, if you get sent to the gulag, yo, try. Don't be quitting. Yo, try and then lose, and maybe I'll buy you back, depending on how bad you lose.
So I don't play, but I watch and I see the gulag once in a while, right?
Yeah, that shit is scary.
It is.
It looked like the bathroom from Saw. Is what it looked. The movie Saw when they was in the bathroom and he had the thing on his leg. He had to saw off his own leg. That's what the bathroom is. It's the same bathroom, and in the middle is the part where the dude was laying at when his leg was still there. That's exactly how they made it, and it's scary as shit, and you don't know which way to look, and it's scary.
Rebecca, Melissa's nickname on the show is Mean Melissa. And Mean Melissa was always mean because she didn't like
Me
Eric
smacking.
chewing on food and stuff, so that's why I brought her up. I said, oh my God, Mean Melissa's not even here.
What's up, Jordan? Jordan said he liked the new backdrop. So what was wrong with the old one? You didn't like the old one, Jordan? You do like speaking your feelings, so go ahead and let us know. What, the last one wasn't good enough?
Jordan sitting there being like,
well, let us know, Jordan.
I'm just trying to be nice.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to say something nice.
I know he is. What's up, Jordan? Let us know, Jordan. What was wrong with the last one? What, the bridge wasn't high enough? What, the water wasn't flowing good enough? What was it?
What's up, Hako? What's up, Hako? Jordan, I know you're.
Today I'm being a straight troll. I lost in Call of Duty, so somebody got to feel my pain. And it's gonna be y'all.
By the way, do you like the lights a little better? I turned them down.
Troll.
I turned the lights down. Did you notice? I know you probably didn't notice. I turned them down. They're a little bit yellower. They're a little less white, because that makes both of us look better. It's like candles, almost like candlelight. You know, everyone, you go eat dinner with a chick. You eat dinner with a chick, and it's like candlelight, and everyone looks good. We look good.
I ain't never ate no dinner with no chicken, no candlelight.
No? Well, maybe there's somebody out in the audience who might like to bring you out for a little candlelit dinner. I don't know. You never know.
Let me know who this
never
person
know.
is.
Your birthday's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody was saying yesterday, I don't even know who it was, somebody in the comments was saying that they thought that I might need like a date to your birthday party.
Oh, that was Laura. She said, do you need a date? We don't know what you talking, hey.
So I'm thinking,
Laura,
you
might remember that, so you know what that mean. That mean, yes.
You might need a friend too.
Yes.
So
I'm starting to get over my loss now.
So Hako, I
actually let out my energy.
Eric's are slightly more cranked up than mine. They are the dimmable ones.
What are you talking about?
The lights.
5 head, definitely less shiny in the light.
Yeah, and but
Rebecca, are you trying 5 head? Oh wow.
But then Amanda Joseph said you were looking very handsome.
Wow, she
But
said I had a 5 head.
No, hold on. But then Amanda Joseph said.
No.
But then Amanda Joseph said that you were looking very handsome.
I'm done. I'm not gonna lose in Call of Duty. I'm not gonna lose in Call of Duty and then be disrespected online by a bunch of people in the comments. I'm hurt. Now you say I got a 5 head?
Eric's going to lock himself in the bathroom. And it's not super like big in there. I don't know if that's the place I'd lock myself in, but yeah.
I hate it here.
Eric always talks about how I leave him on camera alone, and I'm wondering where Jodi is. It's been a little while. I wonder. I should. That's weird. Maybe I should. If I change it like this, let's see. Get rid of the titles. and get rid of the Thirsty Thursdays. And then if I do this, there you go. Now it doesn't look so bad. Heather Marie Brown says that tell Eric that she's sorry that she forgot the candles. Oh, Trish, it must be raining where you are right now. Hako says that he has a big forehead too, and that it's a sign of intelligence.
No, don't try to baby me. Don't try to sugar me up now. It's too late. My feelings hurt. I'm done with y'all. I'm done.
Good morning, Jodi.
Y'all being mean to me. I told you I lost in Call of Duty. I told you I wasn't feeling it.
But yeah, we do look good. And the lighting, I turned the lighting down a little bit. I think you look real good. But your lights are... But
yeah,
Hako,
my 5 head look good, right?
But Hako, to answer your...
I'm finna change my name on Facebook to 5 head since that's the... Arrogant, sexy is... Like, what she say? I'm sexy. Who
Sheila says, no dates. We want to have fun. Sometimes you can't have real fun if you bring a date. LOL.
Wait, what?
Somebody said no one should bring dates because sometimes you have more fun if nobody brings dates. LOL.
What you talking about? Like an orgy? I don't...
No, she's just saying if you don't show up like handcuffed to somebody, then you can like...
Yeah, you free to roam.
Flirt. You can be free to flirt and have fun and do some dancing or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what she's suggesting, but that's what
do some dancing.
Amanda Joseph says you do not have a big head. I think you actually have a very proportionate head. I think your head's very proportionate.
She's talking
to
to
your body.
Angela. She ain't talking about me.
Oh.
Angela said my husband calls me big head. You know Angela? He doesn't call me big head, thank God.
Angela says you don't bring sand to the beach, do you? Why would you bring a date to Eric's birthday party?
Because you know what goes down at the birthday party. I'm showing up in my birthday suit. My birthday suit is nice too, let me tell you.
You heard it here first.
Let me tell you, my birthday suit is... Just go get us Snickers and unwrap it.
I've been waiting for Johnny.
For $8, I can get you a date to Look, I don't want no date. Look at I know what you mean by remember them doctor visits you had because of that $8 you spent.
Can I tell you something? The nature of just how the internet is, I bet you that Johnny Two Socks is like the funniest little old Asian lady we've ever met in our lives, right? Like, I wonder if Johnny Two Socks is actually just like somebody completely different than my
catfish.
Vision, which Johnny Two Socks is a private investigator somewhere.
Man, he ain't no private investigator.
He says he's a private investigator.
Bullshit. He ain't proved it. Prove it, Johnny. I need proof. I need a badge or something. They let y'all keep those badges. They don't give them. You don't give them back. They only turn in your badge when you do something you ain't supposed to.
Well, maybe he had some troubles as a cop back in the day, and
well, I wouldn't be surprised.
But those troubles don't always mean the same thing. It can be lots of different.
Of course.
Maybe he didn't take a bribe, and the other cops were like, "You need to get the fuck out of here."
Sounds like training day,
right? Could be that. Because Johnny Two Socks,
if you was that dude on training day, I definitely don't want to hang out with you.
So my new story for Johnny Two Socks is that he's a little old Asian lady cop out in the West Coast who had a rough time because she didn't take a bribe.
I'm a retired PI and I write.
Retired and now Johnny's a little old Asian lady PI, totally flying under the radar. Nobody even knows.
Johnny gonna pull your ass over, watch.
Well, he will now that because now he's gonna do a background search on me and find out where I am in like 2 seconds. No, we're just having fun. Johnny Two Socks is awesome. He's our Twitch.
Steve Blank said, "Looks."
Johnny
tight
Two
with
Socks
his
is our Twitch dude. Johnny Two Socks on many days is our guy on the Twitch scene. We appreciate him. Let's see if Jodi has hit the Zoom room yet. I shouldn't call it the Zoom room. She hasn't. She's just hanging, having fun somewhere. So Rebecca is talking about training day. She says when Denzel got Macy Gray with that Chinese food menu warrant.
When he got what?
I don't remember that part.
When Denzel got Macy Gray with that Chinese food menu warrant.
But Rebecca does say she loves Training Day. It was a good movie. Y'all don't get to see Johnny Two Socks except over here in these comments, unless Heather Marie is like copying and pasting for you guys. Johnny, just so you know, Heather Marie's copying and pasting your stuff sometimes so that everyone can see what you write. Because you're becoming, Johnny Two Socks is becoming like a little mysterious fixture on the show.
Johnny Two Socks got some issues he needs to work out.
He said he just had a Halloween song released in 81 countries and a book for teens published in 2007. So apparently Johnny Two Socks is a well-rounded individual.
What's up? I need to write my book.
No, hold on. Johnny Two Socks, we need to know about this Halloween song immediately. And your book. We want to let everyone know about your book. Johnny Two Socks, I swear to God, you need to put if you put the link in the Twitch comments.
He lying.
Put a link, a YouTube link in the Twitch comments. We're going to show it on the show.
Johnny ain't who he is.
Yeah, he's like somebody famous who had a Halloween song that got released in 81 countries.
He ain't that. He ain't nobody.
Johnny, we need the link. Johnny.
Hey, Johnny, you ain't nobody.
Johnny, can I search somebody search YouTube for Johnny Two Socks. Hurry up.
Johnny, you ain't nobody till I see proof, homie. I need to see me. Like everybody say, I want to know the song. Me 5, 6, me 7, me 8, me 9, me 20.
Shane, welcome to the show.
We all want to see.
Smash a little like for us. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
we all want to know the song. And so Shane, I know you're just joining. We're gonna have Jodi Chapin on in a few minutes. She's a green nurse that we're following her home grow. So we get to follow like twice a week and watch the plants progress and see how good they're doing and talk about it and stuff, and it's really cool. And she's going to come on in a little bit, but we're talking about Johnny Two Socks right now, who is pretty much our lone and primary Twitch viewer. And apparently we knew Johnny Two Socks to be a private investigator, but now, there it is, now we're finding out, all right, folks.
What's that?
Oh, that's on your thing. Crap. Heather Marie, send it to. It's so funny. I'm usually have a separate TV here for Eric to see the comments. Now I have a separate laptop, and I'm like literally trying to get my mouse to go over. Heather, do me a favor and just copy it in all the comments so everyone can click on it. But nobody click on it because watch the show. I'm going to show it to you guys. So stupid. And if Jodi comes on, we'll let. Oh, and there's Jodi. We'll get Jodi on. Jodi Chapin with Green Nurse on the Grow. Let me do that.
Hey, Jodi.
And let me do this, and then I gotta go.
How are you guys this morning?
We're doing pretty well, Jodi. How are you doing?
Good. I like the new set. I wanted to put my glasses on so I could good, but I can't even, there's a statue behind you?
There is.
Statue.
Yeah. Okay.
It's pretty cool, huh?
Nice. Yeah, it is. Nice.
So Rebecca in the comments is asking if we did a contest. And we haven't started the contest today, so I guess we need to do that. How do you feel about that, Jodi?
I'm good with that. Whatever you need to do, start the contest. I'm here.
By the way, Jodi, did you know that Johnny Two Socks, who that name may ring a bell because he's a viewer of the show, Johnny Two Socks, right? Does that ring a bell to you?
Okay. The name does not sound familiar to me.
Well, Johnny Two Socks is a private investigator. He's a private investigator somewhere out on the West Coast. But Johnny just also, because I was coming up with sort of a fake history for John. I was like, he's probably this old Asian lady. He's, and the old Asian lady was on the force and had a problem on the force and then got kicked, got pushed out of the force and now has become a private investigator, right? And then Johnny Two Socks is like, oh, well, actually, I released a Halloween song in 81 countries and also wrote a book in 2007. And now I feel stupid. Wow. And now I feel stupid. So he gave us the YouTube link, and I need to. I want to find it because I want to play it for all of us. Whatever this Halloween song is. I guess.
Okay, and this is a song that he made up. And just to let you know, as far as your sound, you kind of sound like you're underwater at times. It's like it sounds kind of garbled, unless you have marbles in your mouth. But I don't think you have marbles in your mouth. So I don't know if that's due to my AirPods, but I wasn't having that issue earlier, and I've been using them all morning.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure why it sounds weird. You are a tiny bit choppy here and there with your picture, but otherwise it's all looking good. If for some reason do you want to disconnect and reconnect again? Do you want to try that?
I mean, I don't know if it's gonna happen again anyway. I mean, I could try, still just go back into the Zoom room, and I think it might just. It sounds like you're in a tunnel. That's what it sounds like. But it sounds like there's an echo behind you. Like it doesn't.
Jodi.
But I can certainly call back and we can see if that you know how when you shut things off on it. So do you want me to do that? I mean, I can deal with it. I mean, I just wanted to let you know I'm only catching some words sometimes. So if it looks like I'm like, I'm just trying to piece the sentence together.
I'm gonna try. I'm trying to turn your volume down.
So do you want me?
Is that a little bit better?
Yeah, we can see. You haven't sounded very choppy in the last couple of dialogues that we've had. So we'll see. It just might be a connection issue.
Ooh, there's the Johnny link. Okay, hold on. We gotta look at this for just a second, Jodi.
Nope, that's fine. I can drink my coffee.
I don't know if I can show it to you or not, but I definitely. Oh no, it says video unavailable.
And I don't have my iPad right now. Ooh. And this is the song. Johnny
no, it says video. It says video unavailable for some reason.
Is that what I caught from you? That he wrote a book. He's a PI and he wrote a song. Is that my understanding about Johnny Two Socks?
What's up, man? I think you lying. I don't see nothing, Johnny.
We might have the wrong link though, or something.
I wrote the lyrics. My buddy wrote the music, and a girl did the vocals.
Huh? That's amazing. Well, we'll find it later. Right now, it says video unavailable for some reason.
Okay.
So, Jodi, how are you today?
Good. Very, very good. Very good. I'm taking a breather.
Well, that's good. So, Jodi, we're so lucky that. Oh, and by the way, Johnny Two Socks' song is named "Captured," which is very apropos for a private investigator who was involved in writing the song, I think. So Jodi, we're so lucky that you join us twice a week with Green Nurse on the Grow, and you come in, and we've been getting to follow along with your home grow, and it has been doing wonderfully, and we all enjoy it twice a week. Unfortunately, Nate wasn't able to join you this week. He's busy at the farm today, but we're lucky enough to But we're lucky enough to still have you with us so that you can tell us what's going on. You can show us what's going on and let us know what you've been up to.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, as people have seen, I've definitely had some ups and downs with my grow. And it seems as though I run into a lot of my problems when I have a 4-day long stretch, my long stretches at work, and I neglect my plants a little bit. I also handle them a bit roughly. Like just from setting up for the show today, I've already tipped over a stand and one of my plants fell out, but somehow it magically flipped perfectly where it landed right on the canister that the pot that it's in. So, I've definitely had some luck. But unfortunately, and Nate doesn't know this yet, but I killed off. He's probably glad that they're dead, but I killed off. Oh my God! I'm gonna just pull it over. So I don't have any more seedlings because this is what my seedling looks like.
Oh no!
And this is why I can't be. Yeah, this is why I can't be trusted sometimes. So, I don't treat them all like that. But if you can't handle my rough handling and neglect at times, then maybe it's a relationship that we shouldn't get into. So this poor little thing. I still watered it and it's still out. My Tanya OG
I don't know if we
that I
should be
had
showing the murder
neglected and
on
left for 2 months
TV.
looked worse than this. So I'm not giving up hope, but the struggle's real. The struggle's real. I'm definitely not a master grower by any stretch of the imagination.
So
then we also have another demise. This was one of the this was one of the clones.
Murders? Oh wow.
That
it's like it's a double homicide, Jodi.
I know. Yeah. Thank God they're not people. I definitely wouldn't bring on the people that I've abused like this. No, I haven't abused people. And it's just, I guess we'll call it a learning experience, right? Everything's a learning experience, and I'm not going to give up on this one either. But it just
I think
goes
you should
to
give
show
up on
you
that
that
one.
sometimes you can't. You have more than you can handle. God gave me more than I could handle,
Yeah,
and
he
now
did, and I
he's
think you should give
selecting
it
the
to
ones
somebody
he's
else.
taking away from me, because I do have more that look a lot better. So, I'm just and I don't want to be judged. And this is why, like, I would never
you
go
should only
on,
take
like,
care
on
of the
social
plants
media.
that
I had joined like a few
are
groups
doing
on
well.
Facebook.
You shouldn't have.
Well, she works in a hospital, so she's used to.
I understand, but you shouldn't.
Eric, you should see my
being mean
house
to
full of stray animals. I try to save everything.
I know,
I try
and
to
I
save
understand
everything.
that, and
The
losing
shit
a
that
lot of things
my
around you
daughter's
ain't
cat
good
brings
neither.
home, like half dead rabbits, I will try to mend and bring
I
back to
understand
life
that, but
and try
Jodi,
to set them free.
everything
It hasn't
you
worked
can't
yet.
save
They've all
everything
died.
around you, and you shouldn't save everything around you, because if you try to save everything around you, that means some things are going to die around you too, and that's not good energy to have around you.
You do realize this is an ongoing issue with me, and I go to therapy because of this. But thank you for bringing it out in the open and making everybody aware of my insecurities.
I didn't do that. That was Mike. Mike brought it up.
So Jodi,
anyway, it is something that I'm dealing with. And I had more than I could handle.
Jodi,
so
you
one way of natural selection.
a great caretaker of all those plants, and they all love you, and we know that.
Jodi, so is there a reason why the plant still has a sad cup hat on?
Because I thought that's what it still needed. It was actually last night when I came in, I had sprayed it. It did look like that because it's supposed to be moist, but this, again, I don't know. I just thought that's what I was supposed to do. I don't know.
So Jodi, people are asking about the Tanya OG plant.
Well, the original Tanya OG, or the couple of clones that I actually have successfully growing. So I think we've lingered long enough on the ones that I haven't done well with. How about I try to redeem myself a little bit and show you the ones that I can care for and are succeeded. Is that a good idea?
Yeah.
Okay, let me turn this around. And then maybe I won't get so much shit. Okay, wait a second. I'm doing it. Wait a second. Okay. I want good lighting too, and I need glasses because now you guys get smaller. Okay. So just a review that we now have 4, 5, 6 of my plants are successfully in flower right now, but in different stages of flower. So I have both of my tents. I'm gonna just kind of scan over here first. I take these out of the tent, but those are the 2 latest ones that I put into flower, the 2 that I had identified as girls. So I just flipped the lights on that. But because my cord doesn't reach right now, I'm just gonna kind of concentrate on these other 4. So this was the Hazy Bastards that I had won, the Beantown Greentown strain. And I think this is the one that's probably gonna be harvested first. That is, I mean, oh my God. So frosty now that I'm learning different terms. I think what we're waiting for this one is more of those trichomes to turn amber. And I can't really see right now because my old eyes, even with glasses, can't really see up close. But I'm still waiting for that scope that Dan had suggested I buy. Ooh, maybe I can get closer to this one. Wait a second. I just need to pull my whole setup closer. This isn't wireless, so let's see. Is the lighting okay? Because this is just kind of me holding the light and the camera.
They look great.
But I mean, if you could, I mean, you definitely can't smell it, but if you could smell it, like this one is very earthy smelling. But what I've done, I think actually they look better now that I tended to them yesterday. They looked kind of sad after I had kind of neglected them after 4 days of working and not watering them as often as I should have. And I think I skipped a feeding somewhere in there. And apparently these plants don't like it when you skip a feeding. It's just, so I need to be more attentive sometimes to the plants. But even with that neglect, they actually kind of bounced back because I gave them a good feeding last night. And I didn't mishandle them. I haven't broken a stem in at least a week. Well, that might not be true. No, you know what? That's not true. But it's been a few days since I've broken anything. I'm really trying to be better about my handling. But yeah, so this is the matrix right here. That was the clone that I had taken when I had won Hazy Bastards. And who was it that wanted to see Tanya OG? I'll swing on over. This is my Tanya OG.
One of the ladies in the Zoom room wanted to see it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got to trim off some of these yellowing flowers. When I had set up today, I had noticed that I need some trimming. Most importantly was was feeding them last night, but definitely some of these need some trimming. But this is my Tanya OG. Let me see if I can spin her around for better viewing. I mean, this is one of those plants that I am so freaking proud of, just like our human Tanya, because it was left for dead. And look at how, just with a little love, a little understanding, and even with my occasional benign neglect and, being a little rough, she seemed to handle me being rough. This was the Tanya OG was the plant that my fan fell on top of. That I was devastated. I was devastated. I mean, it was like something happened to a real human. I get attached to these plants, and that is so weird. I feel like I have a relationship with my plants. And it kind of is, you know, so when you see them growing and like this one right here, like getting real close to my Tanya OG, it's very citrusy. Ooh, oh my God. And look at this one. I'm just coming up close. Look at how fat that one is. Like, that's like the size of my hand.
That's awesome. They look great.
Yeah, and you know what? I didn't actually get to do this last night just because I was so sad that I had neglected them and they needed food, and you know, I was at that point in my relationship with them. But now that I pulled them out after they've had a night away from me and they've eaten and allowed that nourishment to get to their roots, they're looking a little happier. So I'm hoping that that, I mean, yeah, like look, okay, I'm very happy. And then this one right here is King's Banner. This was the one that I had that's the really late one. How many weeks is this one? This one is just how many weeks into flower? Oh God, now I'm losing track. 6, 5. You know what? I'm gonna have to look at my my calendar because I can't remember what week this King's Banner is. But you can definitely see that it's starting to get the little buds starting. But I definitely do have some trim to do around the bottom. Yeah, I mean, so my flowering girls, and then I didn't bring you over. I mean, I can bring you over to the newest ones. My cord might not reach. Oh, I can make do. So these don't really have like the white flowers really. Yeah, I mean the little white hairs starting. But this one definitely gives a good example when you're trying to figure out if it's male or female. I mean, you can definitely see the female parts with the the calyx and the 2 pistils sticking out of it. So I'm going to try to get like better still close up pictures. I don't know if on the camera if you can see that. I'm just like holding up the camera in the area where it's at. I can't really see what I'm filming. So, but yeah, and these are, you know, I haven't mishandled them in a while. I do need to swap their spaces, so I'm hoping to be gentle when I take them out and swap them. But they're better than the first 2 plants I showed you. So I don't kill them all. Okay, so I'm now gonna spin around and try not to make anybody too dizzy because now we're gonna go into the ones that are in veg. So I have 6 in veg and 6 flowering. So let me come on over here so we can still have the light. Okay. So here, I can't see what the tag is to see what the name of this strain is, but this is one of them that I still need to sex. There's 3 of them that really are ready to sex, but for some reason, I don't know, I can't identify any real identifiable parts. Let me see if maybe this coming in close here. This one, yeah, I can't. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely gonna need a better. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Here, I'm gonna see if I can come in real close, and if there's anybody out there that has better eyes than I do, is that at all? Yeah, yeah, I can't tell. Yeah, so some of these, like this is one of them that I'm gonna need more help identifying the sex. Um, as far as that goes. But this right here is one of my Tanya OG clones. So I took a clone off of my surviving clone. And this seems to be doing okay. And can I tell you, this was one of the plants that just fell off the plant holder as I was setting up, and she seems to be doing just fine. So I think whatever strain this really is, I think it's a hardy strain that can take the abuse from someone as abusive as me. And then I think this one right here, well, definitely the leaves are yellowing. I think I need to repot this one. This was a seed back on April 7th that I just haven't gotten around to. I topped it. I did top it, but I haven't. Just one of those things that's on the list. It just hasn't made it very high on my priority. I think with the other plants that I have going, that I didn't know if I was going to give this one away. I've already given away. How many did I count up the other day? 7 or 8 that I've already given away because I was getting a little out of control. But these two big ones, I mean, they're plenty big that I should be able to identify their sex, and I just can't. Let me see if I can come in. I mean, I know where I'm supposed to look. It just I'm not seeing. Wait a second. I'm just not seeing the identifiable parts. Yeah. But anyway, I mean, yeah.
Can you remind folks at home, like the different plants that you have in different stages?
I can. So the ones that I'm showing them right now, I mean, yeah, the ones that I'm showing them right now are ones that I planted. Let me just look. I planted seeds back on March 19th. So that was actually the ones that I planted with the first soil that I first started getting help from Nate as far as growing goes and how to start seeds. So these were seeds that were started then and are in vegetative state, and one of their sisters has already been put into flower because I was able to identify her sex. But this one and this one, which were both planted the same day, I can't identify them, and they're 2 different strains. But I just can't seem to identify them. And that goes for this third one too. That was also a March 19th planting that I'm not quite sure. But then, so that was March 19th. Well, then this one right here was a seed that I had planted April 7th. I wanted to see what it was like, if there was any difference if I planted on the full moon. I had heard that sometimes the moon cycle can affect growth. So it was something that I was like, oh, I heard this. Let me plant a seed. And I think that's where I was kind of getting a little out of control because I have plants in all sorts of different phases, like the Tanya OG clone. Do I even have a date on that when I took that clone? Yeah, I don't. You know what? I don't even have a date on that clone. I just know that it was sometime in March. And then these ones that are in flower. So I had found I had closed my tent, both my tents down because I was going to take a break from growing. I didn't think that I was up for it. And I had found the Tanya OG clone, so I knew I was going to have to keep it open for a little bit. And then I acquired the Hazy Bastards, which is also in flower right now. I had gotten that one when I went to a cloning and seeds class. I won that one, and then the Matrix is what I had cloned. So all of a sudden, I had acquired 3 plants when I thought I was closing down my tents altogether. So that's kind of how my bug restarted. Okay, well, let me try this one more time, at least for these 3 plants, and then it was like rabbits. My plants just seemed to multiply after that. And I think with finding, good guidance, that I kind of got a little cocky, and I was like, oh, I'll start cloning everything and I'll plant seeds and look at all of this. So, and then it gets you, where you're in different stages. Like this is also in flower, but it's 6 weeks behind, 5 and 6 weeks behind the other two. So what did we say? I have a plant that's I have 2 plants that are 7 weeks into flower, 1 plant that's 6 weeks into flower. Then we jump to the more recent one. So like this one right here, I just put into flower a couple of weeks ago. So that's 2 weeks into flower. And then the 2 that I have in what used to be my veg tent are just today a week into flower. So those are all sorts of different stages that I have right now. And then if I can get the 2 little seedlings to the seed, that this one that I had kind of killed, my Kenny on the Cape, that's kind of not happy. That one was in May that I had planted that one. And the seedlings that because I planted 6 that day of my Kenny on the Cape, and the other 5 that I have since given away, those plants are flourishing. So I just want to let everyone know that although this one may have met its final demise over the next week, that the other plants are thriving and surviving and not under my care anymore. And I have pictures of one of the plants that I gave away, but I plan to visit. I have visitation rights to the plants that I have given out, and I will keep updated with how their grows are going, because the people that I gave it away to are new growers themselves. I gave 2 to my niece, 2 to my nephew, and they're actually going to have a competition to see who can grow the better plant. And each one of them got a seedling as well as a clone. And then my sister-in-law, she has a clone and a seedling, and she's doing great. She actually has a green thumb. And even if she doesn't know how to grow cannabis per se, I know she's going to do well with her grow, regardless of, whether she connects to the Green Nurse on the Grow show or what. She wouldn't have to follow me. I could probably learn a few grow tips from her. So I plan to, and then somebody that I work with, I had given a plant to.
Jodi, and I think I know the answer, but folks at home are asking what Tanya OG is composed of.
What it's what?
Like, where does Tanya OG come from? Like, what strain, what cross is it?
Well, that is a good question. Here, I'm actually gonna turn the camera around, because are we done looking at the plants for now, or no? I'm just gonna sit down, and if anybody wanted me to turn back on any particular plant, I can certainly go back. But if I'm gonna sit and talk for a moment, wait a second, I just want to get my light back on. Technical issues. See, if I had a camera crew here, I wouldn't have to deal with any of this crap, right? I'm a nurse. I'm not a whatever camera crew. Okay. So Tanya OG, what strains is Tanya OG? That's a very good question. Because if you knew the history of how Tanya OG got its name, it's because back when I had planted some seeds in, it was one of my other grows. I had planted some seeds. It was in my small grow tent. I had acquired, at that point, it wasn't a fan, it was lights. I had acquired better lights. So rather than taking the seeds and the other clones that were in the tent out of the tent while I installed those lights, I left everything the way it was right there in the tent. And when the lights came crashing down, everything went all over the place. Cups went flying, all of the tags that were in, I had 6 different strains growing. All of those tags had come out, couldn't even find the seeds. They were just everywhere. And at that point, that was another time that I just almost gave up on growing. I was like, oh, okay, don't know what's going on. So I shut off the light, walked away from the room for 2 days. And when I came back to the room, there were random plants growing throughout the grow room and inside the tent where they had fallen. So true to my nature, I picked up each one, I replanted them in random cups, and then I had random strains. I have no idea what I can tell you what it could be, but I can't tell you for sure what it is. And the Tanya OG plant was one I had taken a clone. Was it a clone off of one of those random seeds? Yeah, it was a clone off of one of those random seeds. And that was the clone that had died. So my Tanya OG. So those random seeds, I was able to grow out. I had a full grow. That was what my last harvest was. I had no idea what strains they were, but I knew that there was at least 5 different strains. And then with my Tanya OG, that was a clone that I had left for dead when I was closing down tents. And I was like, okay, these 2 clones are dead. 2 months later, when I opened the tent to clean it out and I was going to give it to my father-in-law because he had showed interest in growing, I noticed that there were these 2 clones still left there. One was completely dead and dried out, and the other one was showing a little bit of green, a little bit of hope. And that's where the Tanya OG came from. I was like, oh my God, you give it a little bit of love. I mean, I understand you. You just wanted to survive. You were getting the wrong, and it's my survivor plant. So that's how it got its name. But I have absolutely no idea what strain it is. So unless there's a way that you can, test genetics in a cannabis plant, if you just take the leaf, like, you do blood of a human and you do genetic studies, if someone can do that, by all means, you're more than welcome. But I know it's a strong strain. I mean, the clones that I've taken from it already are, even through my treatment of them, are doing well. So whatever it is, it would be interesting to see what strain it is. But I have no clue. It's like an adopted child. I don't know what its history is, but I don't care. It's still welcome in my home, and you can and I'll still give it love, and I'm still gonna try to bring back those ones that I almost killed. They're not dead yet, so I'm not giving up on them. I'm gonna work on them.
Well, that's good. And
I hope that, I know that was a long story to answer a simple question. It was probably like, that's all I wanted to know. You know it or you don't know it, but that's the long and short of why I don't know what strain it is.
Angela out in the audience says she loves your glasses.
My eyeglasses? Mm-hmm. Can she see how smudgy they are with all my fingerprints on them? Oh, she can. Actually, when I put them on,
she can now.
Have horrible the light is. Ooh, I should put my hair out. Yeah, you know what? Having my glasses off is much better because then I can't see. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes seeing is not a good thing.
So Jodi, they're looking really good. Johnny Two Socks is saying, so you don't know the strains, but Johnny, it's just one particular plant, I think, that she's. Yeah,
it's only one plant that I don't know the strain on. All of my other ones. Except the clones that I took of the mystery strain. So I have 3 plants in my grow room that I don't know the strain because they're all Tanya OG.
Got it.
They all came from that one particular plant, but every single other plant has a tag. I think there was one, I couldn't tell you what the strain was because I couldn't find the tag somewhere in there, but I wasn't going to go around and dig for it. But it's one of them. I can. If they need the name of the strain, I can get the name of the strain, but I just couldn't identify it at that moment.
So Johnny Two Socks, I guess his point was like, you're not going to know if Tanya OG is like indica or sativa, if it's kind of like sleepy weed or if it's energetic weed. And I know you'll find that out. My question is, what's your favorite kind? Do you like indica or do you like sativa?
Well, I mean, aren't they all kind of hybrids anyway? They just lean more heavier one way or another. I mean, when I talk sativa hybrid, indica sativa, I just think are relative terms for how you're supposed to feel. But I've had 2 people smoke the same that's labeled, say, indica, and they get completely different effects from it. One gets really sleepy, the other one is focused and is more energetic. So I kind of take those terms with a grain of salt, and, kind of think that they're all kind of hybrids at this point. I mean, even the seeds that I got, I guess I'd have to look at the genetics of the seed and back where I got them. Most of them were either donated to me or I bought at one of the events over the last, because I've only been doing this, not 2 years? Have I been growing 2 years? It kind of off and on, not well. This is definitely the best that the most successful I've been. But yeah, so what I prefer, it depends on the effect I'm looking for. If I've found a strain that, is getting me more relaxed and gets me a good night's sleep, then I'm going to use that strain at night. If I found a strain that keeps me more focused, gives me energy, helps me work in the sense, because I can't use it when I'm at the hospital. But I use cannabis all day long. In forms of CBD. I'm not always, after that THC effect. We only have so many receptor sites in our body that THC can attach to. So, and I've realized that that's not when I overconsume THC, I get effects that I don't want to feel. So, but I do know that there's other beneficial cannabinoids and terpenes and, compounds of this plant that benefit my body and help me function. And I utilize that plant how I need it during the day or certain days. Some days I need more of something, some days I need less. So I know that's a roundabout question, which I prefer. I prefer it all. I want it all. It's full plant medicine. I want the whole shebang.
Well, and I think, for a lot of people, what they don't realize is that sativas are typically more difficult to grow and to cultivate. Mm. And they often take a little longer. And so that's why a lot of people focus more on indicas, which are usually, they produce a little bit more per plant, right. Usually.
Right. So if we're like doing that, because I have heard that indicas are easier to grow. So I would say probably there's an indica heaviness to my grow room, because they're the ones that are the fatter leaves, right? More dense, where sativas I think are more like finger-like and thinner leaves. I'm just kind of looking around. This actually might be the Matrix. The Matrix might be a sativa. But as far as like growing goes, I don't think I have enough experience as a grower to have a preference yet. My preference is alive. That's all I'm hoping for. And it's kind of funny, coming as a labor and delivery nurse, coming from that perspective, when moms are given the choice to either breastfeed or bottle feed, and there's a huge controversy about that. No, breast is best, bottle. You know what? Fed is best. Feed the baby whatever way it works for you and your family. And there are reasons why some people don't breastfeed or whatever, and that's the thing. Right now I'm at the point in growing that just alive is good for me. I just want to be somewhat successful. And then, once I get more experienced and know what I'm doing, right now I'm just it's just kind of random. I'm kind of the puppet. I'll do whatever I'm told to get these plants through their cycle and harvest. I'm actually kind of I'm doing well now with growing, but then I've also heard that once you harvest it, that's going to be even harder, drying it out. And I'm like, oh my God, am I even prepared to be that kind of parent yet? I don't know if I can handle it. It's like, we'll see. Let me just get,
And there's all kinds of different, it's interesting because there's a lot of folks that, learn about and give advice on the actual cultivation part, but the harvesting and curing part is often a part that's sort of overlooked a little bit. And then when you really dig into it, you realize there's like a dozen different schools of thought on what you're supposed to do. And do you chop down, branches and let those hang and dry? Some people want to cut buds off right away. Some people, want to cut it and freeze it. Other people want to cut it and put it, into jars. And really, it's, when you think about it, it's so tough. Once that plant's done growing and you've done the actual cutting of it, it's tough to sort of not be like, okay, I'm ready to smoke it, or I'm ready to consume it. And the reality is that you should probably give it another 2 to 3 weeks to a month of sitting there in a jar and burping it every day and giving it a little shake and having your little, maybe a little pack in there to keep the humidity at the right spot, and actually let it cure and remove that green, that sort of like green earthy taste that it has when you first harvest it, and then let it mature, right?
And I didn't realize that there was all of that went into that. I mean, I was one that used to, okay, I need something, I point my finger, it shows up to me either in a baggie, in a container, and it is. And it wasn't until I became a patient and actually started buying, being able to order by strain and not just, I need more, I need this much. I was like, oh, wow, I didn't realize that there was quality. And when I think back to when I was purchasing illegal weed to help save my friend's life when she was trying to use it as medicine, the shit that I was giving her, and I didn't know any better. I mean, at that point I still thought, I was smoking fan leaves. I thought the 5-fingered leaves was what I was so cannabis naive. I mean, even just over the last couple of years, 4 years, that I learned what the meaning of 420 was. I had no idea. Yeah, but.
Well, and so interestingly too about the terpenes thing, and I find it sort of an interesting concept that lots of people are doing crossbreeds and they're coming up with a lot of these new hybrid strains and they're recrossing them. And I get it. A lot of that is trying to breed out some of the inherent weaknesses in certain strains and cross it with, strengths, and you do pheno hunts and you're trying to save the plants that are the most hardy, that seem to do the best, and then you want to clone them, or you figure out a way to germinate those and get seeds out of them and all this good stuff. But the interesting thing to me is that there's been so little research really, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, so little research done around terpenes, because really it's the terpenes that affect, it's not indica versus sativa, it's the actual specific terpenes that affect us, right? And so, and the reason why I'm sort of saying this too is that I don't know which one it is, but there is a terpene out there that tastes like beef to me. And so there are times when I'll be smoking with somebody and everyone is like, this is amazing, it tastes so good. And I'm like, it tastes like beef stroganoff to me. It tastes like savory. And it might have a positive effect on me, but the taste is really strange, right? And so I'm not complaining about that. It's more that it highlights to me that because when I taste that beefy taste, it's not a specific strain. It's not somebody saying, oh, this is this strain. And I'm like, oh, that just tastes funny to me. It's actually, I'm finding it across different sort of samples of cannabis, right? So anyway,
I think about the smell of cat pee. There are certain, I've had some that I opened up that it's like, ooh, this smells like my cat urinated on it. And I mean, it looks great. And, but it's not, it's like, well, do I want to smoke something that's, or even infuse with something that smells like that? I mean, I'm one that is definitely drawn to a more fruity, the citruses, stuff like that. I haven't come across anything being beefy or savory. But I mean, certainly, I can definitely see that terpenes, depending on the makeup of the strain and the terpenes, you can definitely smell the difference from plant to plant.
Well, and I would say there are certain strains, even like GMO, right? When you hear of that strain called GMO, and the O is like onion.
Oh.
And the G is like garlic. I think it's it stands, it's almost like they've named it after savory weed. And that is one of them. It doesn't taste like beef to me, but there's when I have GMO that people have grown well and it came out the way that it was supposed to, that's one of them. That doesn't taste like beef to me, but there's a real particular, like I could almost, that's one of the few ones that I could, like, you could put a blindfold on me and I could probably almost tell you which strain that was, because it has a very peculiar taste to me.
Yeah.
But it is just very interesting because at the end of the day, you know, when it comes down to like a science standpoint, it's really less about the strain that you're buying, and it's really more about the terpenes that are in it. And then the other thing too, that a lot of people don't realize, and this is just my opinion, right? But like, whether you're growing at home or you're growing legally, what we don't realize is that the metric for success isn't necessarily like how much flour that you have and that you weigh. And I know you're nodding your head, like smiling, because you think I'm about to say something much more warm and altruistic. But what I'm actually about to say is that it's really about the oil that's in the pot, because whether you're burning it and smoking it, or whether you're extracting it and turning it into something, it's the oils that are in that plant that are actually the most, that are like, so if you smoke something and it smokes very quickly and it's gone within a minute, it's because there wasn't a lot of oil content in that. And when you smoke something and it takes forever to burn, it's because there's a lot of oil content in that. And in the long run, that's when we're looking for these different strains, like that's really what you want out of it. Is it doesn't matter if this strain gave you an ounce and this one gave you an ounce and a quarter, and for God's sakes, we hope you get more than that per plant, but it's really about, like, once you're consuming it, like at what pace does it last you and how effective is that? And to me, the more oils that are in there, there can be strains that people are like, oh, this is just a normal strain. It's not super high strength. It's not whatever. But if it's really oily, I find that it's often more effective than a plant that somebody says is super high THC, but it's dry, it's not oily, it burns very quickly, right?
And it's funny that you say this, because I was actually just having the same conversation with a patient this week. So, you know, other than labor and delivery, I'm also, you know, green nurse Jodi, and we've been doing lots of education, lots of consults, and I've been doing a lot of one-on-ones. And that's, you know, and the education, you know, that I get out there is that it's a full plant, that it's not all about the THC. So when you're, you know, I know you're coming in and getting a card just so you can go into these dispensaries. They're focusing, you know, THC content. It seems like they're pushing products that, you know, focus on their THC, but that's not the only compound of the plant. I mean, and we go over that there's, you know, other cannabinoids, and there's other terpenes and terpenoids and other essential oils of the plant that you can get from other plants as well, you know, that also upregulate your endocannabinoid system. I mean, there's like a, you know, we have a lot of education to get in, because there's more to learn about this plant. I mean, if you want to get into the science of it, you know, and how it works with the body at different temperatures, all of the different cannabinoids and terpenes have a different effect on the body. And even when they're in different ratios. So, I mean, we could like talk about the science and how it affects everybody differently, and what effects do you want, and how do you, you know, it's, right now, it's all just like a random test on everyone, because we don't have any guidance. There hasn't been any, you know, real research or, you know, accounts. I mean, you know, I gather information from patients. I mean, I learn from my patients, and that's how I educate future patients is, you know, okay, well, hearing their experience and how, you know, how it affected them and their disease processes, and how, you know, how it either made them feel better or how that it made them feel worse, because you also want to avoid the effects that you don't want. I mean, there are some people that want the negative, you know, what are perceived as negative effects. And, you know, there's different ways to get there. There's different methods of consumption, from inhalation to edibles to suppositories to topicals, to, you know, and then, you know, going through the safety and, you know, the safety profile. And, you know, I think, you know, there's a lot of lacking education out there, lack of education out there, you know, not only on how, you know, how to use the plant or how it's used in, you know, legality and all of that, but, you know, even just about I mean, that's why I was so fascinated with growing it. It's like, oh my God, all of the variables, you know, to this plant and how it works. Like, I don't have all the answers, but but I'm glad that I'm in the thick of it trying to find answers, because at the same time, I'm finding the answers on myself. I mean, the way my use of cannabis has changed drastically over the last 4 years. And I had some negative experiences at first that I was like, that's funny. I've been smoking it, for years, outside with my 420 friends, but like I wasn't using it, in a healthy routine. I was using it in a different way. It all was in the intent and how I was using it. And now I'm using it as a form of living. I mean, I've replaced all of my pharmaceuticals. My productivity at work and at home for people that have known me, I mean, people in the cannabis industry have only known me for a very short time, and they've known me like halfway through my healing process. I didn't start coming out until I was already, doing some navigating of my own. But people that have been with me for decades have seen like what cannabis has actually done, because I've tried, different health maintenance things, whether it be from diets and, things for my different, diagnoses, my different ailments. And I mean, cannabis has been the only one thing that has really been that one major change, in learning how to make it adapt, well into my life. And, and when I see those benefits, then I want to get the word out, and I'm seeing benefits in other people as well. And it's just, I don't know. I think, I can't even, now I'm on a tangent. Yeah. I think it's an amazing plant. I think it's something, that is ever evolving, ever changing, between rules and, what I'm finding out about it. I love it.
Johnny Two Socks, by the way, I think you were the impetus today for Johnny Two Socks to finally get himself a Facebook account. He didn't want one, and now he did. He's now on Facebook with us.
Really?
Yeah.
How was he in contact before? Was he on one of those other social media? Because I'm not good with any of the other social media. I can't handle it.
He was on Twitch, which is a place that you have never been to before.
No, but I hear my 15-year-old son talk about Twitch. I've seen a Twitch app come up on my computer that I've already deleted, just because I was like, what the hell is Twitch?
So, Jodi.
It just sounded weird. It was Twitch. I don't know. Twitch.
It gave you a little twitch.
Yeah.
So, Jodi, a couple of things. First of all, thank you for hanging out with us today and like showing us your grow. And it was cool to also for us to have a little conversation around some of the, a little bit more of the science and health side and the terpene side. Because I think that's a part that like a lot of people, that's sort of something actually even more so than growing. That's sort of a subject matter that your regular home consumer, casual consumer, whether it's medicinal or recreational, that's something that they don't usually get exposed to. So it's nice to have a little bit of conversation around that and just, and even if it's that people end up having questions that they want to go out, even more questions that they want to go out and find answers to, I think that's always a good and positive thing. The second thing is, so aside from you hanging out with us twice a week, you do some other stuff on the regular. So can you tell us when you're making other videos and where that is and when and where we can find it?
Yeah. Okay. So Green Nurse on the Grow. I mean, not only is it here on Sundays and Wednesdays, but also with Green Nurse Group, we have Green Nurse on the Grow. I mean, Green Nurse on the Grow came about, we had tried starting it a year ago, like when I was just getting into growing. And then I just got, it was more, the fallout was more for me. But, since now I have had help with, the help of Nate and, being on, having this opportunity to come on the show. What we do for my Green Nurse on the Grow segment for Green Nurse Group is on Fridays at 4:20. We have a recap of pretty much what I've learned from my master grower here on my Green Nurse on the Grow segment here. And, where Sherry, she's my partner in crime of the Green Nurse on the Go show. She's not a grower at all right now. She's babysitting a couple of plants, but it gives her the opportunity to
She is trying to holler. She said that twice.
ask me questions. We kind of have like a medical twist on it too, because we talk about these other cannabinoids and all of that. Basically, our show is on Fridays at 4:20. Facebook Live. We're on YouTube as well. We have a lot of different segments, different shows other than Green Nurse on the Grow on our YouTube. But yeah, that's where you can find me, Fridays 4:20. And what else? I mean, I've done a couple of interviews and podcasts. One was with TSC Talks about birth during the COVID. It doesn't have to do with my grow. It just has to do with it was incorporating that. It was talking about labor and delivery and my role as a nurse in the hospital during this whole COVID, and also kind of how do I combine labor and delivery nursing with green nursing. I wear a couple of hats, and I was just on another podcast recently. Oh gosh, what was the podcast? Now I can't even remember. I literally just posted it on Facebook because I found it in my email. It had been lost in my email. I had done an interview with another nurse, Danny Van Leeuwen. I'm hoping I'm not butchering his last name. But if you go onto my Facebook page, I think I put it on there. My Green Nurse on the Grow Instagram isn't doing well because I can barely keep up with Facebook. So I haven't done well with my Instagram account. But on a regular basis, your show here at Disrupt America on Wednesdays and Sundays, and then on Fridays at 4:20 on Green Nurse Group.
Well, that's awesome, and people can't get enough of you, so now they know where they can get more of you. So that's good. I'm glad you let us know.
And I really am gonna try to do better with social media. I'm not good with getting my face out there. I'm not a good self promoter. I'm trying to be better, but all I can say is I'll try.
Hey Jodi.
Yeah.
Can you do one last favor for us?
I sure can.
This time it doesn't have to do with making farting sounds.
Making what?
It does not have to do with making farting sounds.
Oh, making farting sounds. Okay, and I haven't seen that anywhere. You really didn't post that anywhere, right?
Well, it was part of the live show, but we didn't clip it out or anything.
Okay.
Although I think I would love to have that as like a boomerang, just like over and over, like burn. So Jodi, it's sort of around time that it's the end of the show, and I was hoping that maybe you could help Eric sing.
No, because we got a new song.
Oh.
We got a new song?
Yeah, we did it yesterday.
Oh, I don't remember.
Light up
God, I'm not quite sure.
Well, so
I'm not quite
Jodi,
sure the public wants to hear me sing.
No. So Jodi, I think so. Eric was. Hold on. So I digress. So there's a slightly new song that's going on now. So maybe this time you should like listen, and this way you'll start to get an idea for next time, right?
Okay.
Does that sound okay?
Yeah, because I need a little practice. I need to get my harmony going. I need to.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So
maybe Sunday.
Both you and I, this is like a learning opportunity for us while Eric is gonna socialize the new song with us.
Okay. All right.
It's not new. It's just we changed the ending. It's the same one we did yesterday.
It's the same. Is it the same song that you've been always singing?
It's the same song. It's just at the end we just spark up a blunt instead of.
Okay.
Do you have something to spark up, Jodi?
Peace.
Do I have something to spark up? Do I want to do that live? I mean, I do have plenty to spark up. Is that what we're?
No. So just so it's clear, you don't actually see us light it. The show ends. You just it's implied. So can you grab yours and imply along with us?
Okay, I can imply. I'll imply. Okay. I have an assortment.
Oh geez. Well,
okay, is that enough?
In that case, you need to light them all. So get ready, And you can do the song with Eric too. It's the same song, but you just need to be ready to light it at the end, and then it's done.
Okay. Do I need I need a lighter?
Yes.
Okay. I probably shouldn't have said that out loud. That was not supposed to be out loud. Okay.
I'm sparking up with y'all.
And by the way, we have people that are joining us at home, so I think this is nice.
All right. We got it all set?
We've come to the end of the show. It's time for us to go. Don't want to talk to y'all no more.
I'm not supposed to be singing with them, right?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Because
Oh, I thought we were going to do that on Sunday. I thought I had to practice.
No, we figured, but since then we figured out it's the same song. It's just a slightly different, like, mechanical ending, right?
You don't have to sing, Jodi.
You don't have to sing, but it's nice when you do.
Okay.
Jodi.
Okay, we can. All right.
All right, we're gonna start. Let's start it over again, so that we have like a nice flow.
Let's see if I remember the words. Okay.
And that's the end of the show.
I'm not repeating. I'm singing it with you, right? You got to start it, and then I follow along with you. I thought that was the.
It's kind of hard for us to do it at the same time.
Yeah, no.
I've
So Jodi, the way it works is that he sings one line, you sing another line. You can both sing the final line, and then you both say peace, and you're gonna go to light your thing, and then we're done.
Well, I guess I'm just unclear on what my lines are.
Hold on. The first line is.
Oh God, you're asking me to remember lines
No,
without
it's
writing
not that,
it down.
It's not that tough.
I had a freaking brain hemorrhage. You gotta.
Jodi,
okay.
it's been the same
I'm not
thing.
gonna
It's been the same thing for like 70 shows now.
We're gonna get into detail now. Is that?
So hold
You've
on.
had 70 shows. I have not seen the ending of 70 shows. Just so we know, I'm sorry, I can't always stay until the end of the show.
So it goes. So that's the end of the show. We don't want to talk to you. No, that's the end of the show. It's time for us to go. So we don't want to talk to you no mo. Peace.
Nah, that's not.
All right, so fix it up. Tell me where I'm wrong.
See, I'm gonna need a transcript.
At the end, we don't say peace. We just say because it's time to smoke, and then you light it.
Yeah, I'm thinking we need a dress rehearsal for this.
Well, this is sort of our dress rehearsal. This
Dress rehearsals aren't done in public on live shows. I mean, as far as like the definition that I've always known of the dress rehearsals I've been in, there's not an audience. We have more than a studio audience going right now.
Well, let's just give it a.
I have a reputation to uphold. I need to not make too much of a fool of myself.
Because it's time to smoke.
Because it's time to smoke.
Peace.
Peace out.